This is your 45-minute flow. We're going to move together, we'll breathe together. I'm going to teach this class and I hope you enjoy it. So if you feel any pain, I'm going to ask that you back off of the poses. If it's discomfort, then use your breath to breathe into it, and I will teach you how to use your breath. So when we breathe in, we're breathing in oxygen. The oxygen doesn't only go into our lungs, it also goes into our muscle and through our bloodstream. So the oxygen helps to release our muscles as we bring it in and as we exhale. If you take a nice big deep breath in through your nose, and exhale, sigh it out from your mouth. You'll notice that release that happens. Your shoulders might relax, your abdominal muscles might relax. You might notice spaces and muscles in your body that just start to completely relax for you. So let's just take a few breaths here. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it away. One more breath in. And release. And come back to your natural breath. We'll take a moment to set ourselves up, center ourselves. So ground down through your sit bones, the bones that are underneath your butt muscles, basically. Those bones under the spaces of your body that are touching the ground, whether it's your ankle, the back of your knee, whatever is touching the ground. Press those areas into the ground and then lift your spine up, making your spine longer than what it is. And notice your shoulders. If your shoulders are coming up, relax them down and away from your ears. Allow your hands to rest on your knees or thighs. Allow your eyes to close or have a soft gaze in front of you. Begin to just notice your breath. Notice how you're breathing in and out. Now let's take a moment to center ourselves or set an intention for yourself. Know that you can set an intention now, but your intention can also evolve or change throughout your practice. And allow that fluidity to happen, not only in your body, but in your mind as well. And we'll begin by warming up our body, bringing your ears up your shoulders up towards your ears. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax your shoulders down. Kind of just let them drop down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop. One more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop. And then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Bring your chin towards your chest as you roll your head around to the other side, bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. On your exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Keep breathing and continue breathing as we move. This is how you use your breath, matching your breath to movement, allowing any muscles or spaces in your muscles that have tension or has created tension to just release and let go. And then gently bring your head back through center. We'll bring our hands by our side. Inhale our arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go ahead, moving at your own speed and pace. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Take about 2 or 3 more movements here. On your next inhale up, keep your arms up. This time twist over to your right, bring your right arm behind you, left arm in front of you. On your inhale, lift your arms up. Twist over to the left. Exhale, left arm behind you, right arm in front of you. We're going to move from side to side here. Inhaling, arms up, twisting to the opposite side and bringing our arms down. Just warming up our spine, warming up our arms, our abdominal muscle, our chest, everything in the upper body at this moment. Take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, come back through center, bring your hands back to your knees or your thighs. Continuing to take those nice long deep breaths, grab a hold of your knees and begin making big circles from your hips. Reaching in all these different directions, stretching out your hips, your spine, your arms, all of these spaces in your body that might be working right now. And take it in the opposite direction. Coming back through center, we're going to roll over our knees, coming into hands and knees. Hands are directly below your shoulders, knees below your hips. Look in between your thighs and see if you can hide your feet behind your thighs here. You want to make sure you're not dumping into the lower back, so bring your belly towards your spine. Make a nice long back here. From here, we're going to intentionally lower our belly towards the floor and lift our chest towards the sky. So you want this opposite movement of your tailbone moving back in space, but your chest pulling you forward in space. So you're stretching your spine in opposite directions here. This is cow pose. And then belly towards your spine, curving your spine as much as possible, dropping the weight of your head, coming into a cat pose. Moving from cat-cow, continuing to breathe here. Taking a few cat-cows, moving at your own speed and pace. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling to cat. We'll take 2 to 3 more breaths and movements here. Making sure your fingers and your palms are pressed evenly into the ground. Trying not to put a lot of your weight just into your wrists, right? You want to spread that weight out between your fingers and your palms. Then find a neutral spine here. We'll do a few more movements with our spine, moving our hips side to side, opening up those muscles in our legs and our hips. And to keep in the theme of circles, we're going to circle our hips, moving in one direction and taking up space. We take up space because we know we are worthy of the spaces that we take up. It's important that you continue to say these things to yourself while you're practicing yoga or even throughout your day. Reminding yourself that you are worthy. And it is okay for you to take up the spaces that you take up. Moving in the opposite direction. Opening up your hips and your muscles. Focusing on your own practice. Looking inwards and breathing. Find your way back through the center position. We'll take a little bit more movement here. Ground down your left hand, belly towards your spine. Keep your spine nice and protected here. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Take a breath here. Exhale, bring the right hand back down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down. One more time. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down. We'll take it to the left side. Ground down through your right hand. Peel the left arm up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm down. One more time. Inhale, your left arm up. Exhale, your left arm down. Curl your toes under. and lift your hips just above the ground. So your knees are about 2 inches off the ground, 1 or 2 inches off the ground. Take a breath here, belly towards your spine. Just notice how this feels in your body. On your next exhale, push all the way up, lift your hips towards the sky, Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Let the weight of your head go, gently nod your head yes, gently shake your head no. Allow your spine to decompress. Bend your knees, push the floor away with your hands as if you're trying to reach your chest towards your thighs. We'll take about 3 more breaths right here. Maybe you want to bend one knee at a time, opening up the back of your legs, allowing those muscles to relax and release, allowing those muscles to open up. Begin to find stillness in your downward facing dog. And take baby steps all the way to your hands until you're at the top of your mat, folding over your legs. Feet are about hip width distance apart or touching, your choice. And we're going to gently sway side to side. Option to grab a hold of opposite elbows. And our option to gently place your hands on the back of your head, not applying any pressure, just placing your hands on the back of your head. This is going to help your spine decompress just a little bit more. Allow your arms to release, find stillness here in center. Bend your knees and gently rise one vertebrae at a time. Coming through a standing position, roll your shoulders at the top. Tadasana, mountain pose. We'll pause in our mountain pose just to check our foundation. We want to make sure the mound, those bones right below your big toe, pinky toe, and your heels are really pressing into the ground. And to ensure this, lift your toes off the ground. Kind of hover them off the ground. And you'll feel those areas of your body that are touching the ground, the bottom of your feet. Imagine roots are growing from the bottom of your feet into the ground beneath you to create that strong foundation, just like in a tree. Then we want to work our way up our body. Relax those toes back down, but keep pressing the mound of your big toe, pinky toe, and heel into the ground. Want to activate your leg muscles, making sure your muscles are nice and strong here. Tailbone points down, belly comes in. So we don't want to be in this position. We want to be in this position where our tailbone is pointing down, belly towards our spine, so we're protecting our back. If your rib cage is coming up, lower your rib cage down. Just soften the rib cage into your abdominal muscles. We want to lift our chest up. So that sounds counter, right? It sounds like, wait, how do I do this and this? Well, you kind of want to work in that movement of kind of stretching this space out in your body, but also keeping that tailbone down and belly in. It's challenging to do, but it is a practice. Arms are going to come down, palms facing the front, fingertips are pointing towards the floor as if there's some kind of gravitational pull for your fingertips to touch the ground, but you're not going to. You're just going to imagine reaching them towards the floor. Relax the shoulders. If your chin is coming up, bring your chin down just a little bit. That way the back of your neck is nice and long. And imagine a string is pulling you up, but also pushing you down towards the ground. This is your Tadasana mountain pose. Take a breath here. Notice your breath. And come back to your intention that you set. Or maybe you set a new intention. Your choice. On your inhale, we're going to reach our arms away from our body, stretching them as far away from the midline of our body as possible. Bringing our palms to touch at the top of our head. looking up towards your thumbs. And on your exhale, open up your arms like a beautiful bird. Hinge at your hips and come back down into your forward fold. Uttanasana, forward fold. From here, bring your hands to your shins and push away, coming into a flat back. Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step back into a high plank position. Reaching your heels back, belly towards your spine, push the floor away, bring your gaze to the floor beneath you. We'll take one more breath here. On your next exhale, lower your knees, uncurl your toes, hug your elbows towards your rib cage, and bring your chest and chin to the ground. Lower your entire body down, and we're just going to lift our head, neck, and chest up. Curl your toes under, push yourself up through hands and knees, through a high plank position, and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. We'll take 5 breaths here, making whatever movements you need to. If at any point you need a break or you need to pause in your practice, you can always go to child's pose or any other position that feels comfortable for you. This is your practice and your flow. When you're ready, on your exhale, take steps all the way up to your hands. Fold over your legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale, press your hands to your shin, come into your half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, release your arms and your head. We're going to ground down through the mound of our big toe, pinky toe, and heel, those roots that we created. And belly towards your spine as you reverse all the way back up. Bring your hands down the midline of your body to your heart. Open up your palms back to your Tadasana mountain pose. Beautiful. Take a breath here. We'll take one more Surya Namaskara. What we just did is called a sun salutation. We'll do one more sun salutation, Surya Namaskara. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step back to your high plank position. Right away, lower your knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Baby Cobra, just lifting your head, neck, and chest. Curl your toes under, push up through high plank. Lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Bend your knees, look in between the palm of your hands. Step or hop your feet to your hands, your choice. Inhale, coming into your half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down through the roots in your feet and reverse swan all the way back up. Exhale, hands to your heart, Anahata Chakra, opening up your heart here, Tadasana, mountain pose. Notice your breath, notice your body. I'm going to take us through a vinyasa flow, so listen very carefully for these directions, try your best, but most importantly, focus on your breathing. If your mind begins to wander, allow your mind to wander. Be gentle and kind with yourself and bring your focus back to your breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, we're going to sit our hips back into a chair pose, Utkatasana chair pose. Look down, make sure you can see your big toes. You can keep your hands touching or open up your arms. You want to make sure you're not dumping into your lower back, so belly towards your spine, tailbone down. Still make sure you can see your big toes and then lift your chest up. It's okay if your knees aren't bent like a ton. If your knees are bent just a little bit, this is still chair pose. This is still chair pose. And this is still chair pose. So whichever chair pose position you want today, this is your practice and your flow. You choose your path. In our chair pose here, if your shoulders are a little bit tight or this is a little bit too much for you, you can open up your arms, allow your shoulders to release and feel that in your back, as if your shoulder blades are kind of kissing in the back behind you. Allowing that release to come. On your exhale, fold over your legs, keeping your knees just slightly bent. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step back into a high plank, and right away lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. We'll take a breath right here. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale, side away. Allow your muscles to release and relax. When you're ready, lift that right foot towards the sky. Point your toes, stretch it back behind you. On your exhale, bend your right knee and step it in between your hands into a low lunge position here. Nice low lunge position. Plant your left hand down. Peel your right arm up towards the sky. We'll take a breath here. One more breath. Exhale, bring your right hand back down. From here, plant your left foot on a 45-degree angle. So not completely angled to the side, but kind of angled towards the diagonal of your mat. Hips are trying to face towards the front of your mat. Right knee is bent. We're going to sweep our arms up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. In your Warrior 1 pose, relax your shoulders. And I want you to think, I am strong. You can think it to yourself. You can say it to yourself. I am strong. And as you're saying this, feel the strength in your legs to hold you up. Feel the strength in your arms, the muscles in your body that are so strong around your muscles, around your bones, I mean. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, release. Bring your belly towards your spine. Open up your arms here. Reaching your chest towards the sky, maybe a little back bend. Reach our arms back up. We're going to bring our right arm in front of us. The left arm comes behind us. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit. This time, your back foot is going to be just to the side of your mat. Right foot is pointing forward. This is Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure your shoulder is stacked on top of your hip. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Bring your gaze over your right middle finger. Keep your right knee exactly where it is. Flip your right palm over. Reverse your warrior. Reach that right arm up. On your exhale, cartwheel your hands down to a low lunge position. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths right here in downward facing dog. Making whatever movements feel good to you. Inhale your left foot towards the sky. Exhale, step it through to a low lunge position. Plant your right foot on a 45-degree angle and sweep your arms up. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, belly towards your spine here. Exhale, open up your arms. Take a little back bend. Reach your arms back up towards the sky. Open up your arms coming into your warrior two. Readjust your feet as needed. Shoulders stacked on top of your hips. Sink a little bit deeper if you'd like to. Belly towards your spine. Open up your arms. Gaze over your left middle finger. Keep your legs exactly where they are. Flip your left palm to reach the sky. Reverse your warrior. On your exhale, cartwheel your hands down, low lunge position. Step your left foot back and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths right here. Center yourself. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, side away. Gently lower your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes to touch and sit back into a child's pose. Either bring your forehead to the ground, to a block, to a cushion, or stack your fists and bring your forehead to rest on top of your fist. Wherever you are, gently move your head side to side, massaging out your third eye chakra, responsible for your thoughts and letting go any thoughts that are not serving you. With every exhale, sink a little bit deeper and closer to the floor beneath you. On your next exhale, walk your hands over to the right side. Feel that side body stretch on the left side of your body. On your inhale, bring it back through center. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left side, feeling that side body stretch on the right side of your body. Nice long deep inhales in, nice long exhales out. Inhale back through center. Press your hands and your fingers firmly and evenly into the mat. Lift yourself up. Bring your knees in line with your hips, right below your hips here. And then keep your hips stacked on top of your knees. We're going to gently walk our arms forward, maybe coming onto our forearms. We might pause here. So you're going to choose your path and choose your journey. Maybe you pause here and just allow your head to hang low. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper and reach your arms forward more, bring your forehead to the ground. Or maybe you bring your chest and your chin to the ground. Wherever you are, we're going to take 5 breaths here. Allow those muscles to relax and release. Gently lift yourself up when you're done with your 5 breaths, coming onto your forearms. Staying right here on your forearms, curl your toes under, lift your hips up, coming into a dolphin pose. Just allowing your shoulders to open up. A modification here is to lower your knees and shift your hips back in space. What we're doing here is opening up our armpits, our upper arms, our shoulders, our back. And just breathing here in your dolphin pose. And gently lower your knees to the ground, come up onto hands and knees. Set yourself up into your tabletop position here. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between the palm of your hands. Step or hop your feet to your hands.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Take your peace fingers and grab a hold of your big toes. Inhale, lengthen through the back of your legs and your arms as if you're coming into Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. And as you exhale, bend your elbows horizontally, bringing your chest towards your thighs. Allow your head to hang. And release your arms here. Bend your knees a lot, gently rise one vertebrae at a time. Rolling your shoulders at the top, opening up your palms to Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a moment to notice your breath. Notice your breathing. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms facing one another. Exhale, sit back into an Utkatasana chair pose. We're going to pause here. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist over to the right side and hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Open up your chest to the right side. Option to stay right here or maybe open up your arms. Your choice. We'll take one more breath here. Bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale back through center and stand yourself up. Open up your palms. Exhale, sit back into your chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, twist over to the left side, hooking your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Make sure your knees are in line with one another. That way your right knee doesn't poke out more than your left. Option to stay here or maybe open up your arms. Your choice. Bring your hands back together. Inhale back through center. Lift yourself up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. We'll come into a chair pose one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, sit back into chair. And then just see if just maybe you can sit all the way down without touching the ground. And if you have to touch the ground, you have to touch the ground, that's it. No worries about it. We're going to come into a Navasana boat pose. A few variations here, a few modifications. You can come into boat pose just like this, toes touching the ground, heels up. Hands are grabbing a hold of the back of your thighs. And you want to make sure, most importantly, your spine is nice and long here. So if you notice your spine is curving, I want you to start in this position and lengthen out your spine. Maybe you still hold the back of your thighs, but you balance back and lift your feet off the ground. Maybe you let go of your arms. Just notice your spine here, keeping it nice and long. Maybe you extend your feet long. Wherever you are, you're going to hug your knees in and roll forward and back. Massaging out that spine. And we'll come through a seated position here. Bring your feet together. Hands can come to your ankles or your inner arches. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Belly towards your spine. Give a little curve in your lower back here. Belly towards your spine. On your exhale, fold over your legs as much as you possibly can go. When you notice your spine begins to curve, surrender here. Let it go. Allow gravity to do what it does. Allow your head to come down. Just breathe into this position. Notice the muscles that are opening up. Allow your breath to allow that oxygen to go into those spaces and release those muscles. Gently inhale up through a seated position. We're going to bring our legs in front of us. Take a little bit of a restorative stretch here. So inhale, both arms up. Knees are bent ever so slightly. Exhale, bring your arms underneath your legs and grab a hold of your forearms, your wrists, your elbows, whatever you can hold on to. Lengthen through your spine here. Nice long inhale in. Exhale, fold over your legs. Take about 5 breaths right here. You have the option to stay right here in this position or maybe lengthen out through the legs a little bit here. Release your arms. Lift your chest up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Open up your palms towards the sky. Let your legs splay out. Coming into a mini Shavasana. We're not quite there yet. We're going to hug our knees into our chest. Move side to side. And let's take a little happy baby here. Opening up our hips. Option to sway side to side. Hug both knees into your chest. Keep your right knee hugged in and extend your left leg long. Open up your right arm to the right side. Grab a hold of your knee with your left hand and let it fall over to the left side. Try to keep your right shoulder glued to the ground and allow your left knee to go wherever it does. It might hover off the ground. It might be here. It might be here. It might actually be touching the ground. But make sure your right shoulder stays glued to the mat and look over your right shoulder for this supine twist. Four more breaths here. Inhale back through center. Hug both knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. Keep that left knee hugged in. Extend the right leg long. Grab hold of your left knee with your right hand. Open up your left arm. Let your left knee fall over to the right side. Remember to keep that left shoulder glued to the mat. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. 4 more breaths here. Inhale both knees back through center. And from here, give yourself a nice big squeeze in. And as you exhale, let your legs splay out, let your palms face the sky, coming into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Bring your awareness to your breath. If your mind begins to wander, allow your mind to wander. It is completely natural and normal for our mind to wander. Just be kind and gentle with yourself and bring your focus back to your breath. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Making gentle movements that feel good to you. Roll your ankles and your wrists. Reach your arms long above your head and point your toes, giving yourself a nice long stretch here. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll over to the right side into the fetal position. Pause here in the fetal position. The fetal position is the position of rebirth and reawakening, as if we've just been given this beautiful new life to live. Give gratitude to the way your body moves and breathes. Give gratitude where gratitude is deserved. Take 5 full breaths here. When you're ready, gently push yourself up in a seated position. Allow your eyes to close or have a soft gaze in front of you. Allow your hands to rest on your knees or your thighs. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it away. 2 more times, deep breath in. Exhale, release. Deep breath in. Let it go. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. I'm going to Om 1 time to close out our practice. You may Om with me or listen to the sound of Om. Breathe in for Om. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. Hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. You can find me on Instagram at Swetha Does Yoga. Follow me for updates and more classes. Take care.